Welcome back, everybody. Still playing Hades. We've made it through 3 escape attempts. Now we're shooting for our 4th, and if we're lucky, we'll make it to the 3rd boss. We got to the 3rd region, but unfortunately died shortly thereafter. Oh yeah, I got the Stygian blade now. Oh yeah, I did want to see. Can I? No. Okay, I didn't think so.
Alright, one more time.
I'll explain that later, but you can like examine your weapons further. But not yet.
Crashing waves. The trident.
And yep, as I mentioned in my last video, I think I knew who the one Olympian I haven't met yet is, and here we go.
It's Uncle Number 2. It's got to be. Then, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ahoy there, little Hades. You recognize your uncle, do you not? We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that dour underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
So here we got Poseidon, god of the sea. God of the sea. And, I mean, yeah, most people know who this one is, especially if you're a fan of disaster movies from the 70s. Then he is also, oh, one thing I did want to mention, notice he said Uncle Number 2. Hades, Zeus, and Poseidon are all brothers. So, and all the Olympians are related, but some are each other's sons, or fathers, or daughters, or whatever. It gets kind of complicated. In fact, if you ever want to delve into the realm of the lineage of Greek gods and goddesses, you've got tons and tons and tons of things to dig through, but be wary because it gets weird in there. And his Poseidon is all about knockback. You splash things around and you knock people back, and when you knock people back it deals damage, and if you specifically knock people back into barriers or walls it deals even more damage. So that's what his is about. And honestly, Tidal Dash, aptly named Splash Dash by certain YouTubers like Halius. Or Halion, is a pretty good one, because you can just, it makes it so your dash does a lot of damage. So I'm actually going to go with that one.
Looks like I caught a big one.
So see,
Power of the sea should be at home.
look, I one dash and I killed 2 people. Excuse me. By the way, I apologize in advance if you hear a lot of breathing. My nose is pretty stopped up, so I'm having to breathe through my mouth.
Come.
Get that key. Another Poseidon boon. That's pretty good. See if you slam him into the wall. Hey. Does a lot of damage. Oh, there he is. So you got these little pot guys that throw little bombs.
Olympus, I accept this message.
So what do we got now? Ooh. Those are both good. So, think about this though. The knockback doesn't work on bosses. They don't budge. So this kind of makes up for that. It makes it so your knock away does 20 extra damage. So that's pretty good, because it shores up the one weakness that knock away has. But this is also good because it does affect bosses, so that kind of does the same thing as wave pounding, but it also affects normal enemies too, so it's like a 2-for-1. I'm actually going to go with that one. What it does is it makes it so when you knock an enemy back for the next like 2 seconds, they are dealt damage while moving. So they get what's called ruptured. See, just tear through dudes. Don't even have to attack. And with the double dash, the greater reflex, it makes it even better because you can go like dash dash. Ooh. So, Again, my hierarchy is like Daedalus Hammer is probably the best room you can get. But you are guaranteed to get like 2. So it's not that big a deal, but it kind of dictates where you're going to go for the rest of this escape attempt, so. These are bunkers.
Brimstones.
And they're dead. But yeah, brimstones do that. They shoot little lasers that slowly track you, but you can easily get around them. And they don't take a lot of damage, so brimstones are real easy. Excuse me. Armored louts, however, take a lot of damage.
It's just the edge I need.
So what do we got? Dash Strike hits twice and deals extra damage. That one's really good. This one is interesting. I've done it before, and it's actually pretty good. It makes it very hard to die, even though you have very little health. So if I have 50 health, right, what's 10% of that would be 5, so times 6 is 30. So I would go down to 20 health. I got 20 health, but every time I attack, it restores 2. So that's pretty good, actually, but 20 is just so low. I mean, when you get to the end, you might have seen in that last video, there was a trap that dealt 20 damage. So that is high risk, high reward. If you're good, if you're attacking a lot. I'm not attacking a whole lot. This one's not bad either, but it doesn't do any extra damage. It just makes it a little bit safer to do your special, and it makes you take less damage for 1 second after doing it. But I think we're just going to go with this. It's, in general, one of the best Daedalus hammers for the Stygian blade.
There, that's it.
And since I'm already dashing around a lot, it means I'm going to be dash striking a lot. And so now, I just tear through folks.
For safekeeping.
Sorry, taking a sip of my drink. So the downside of these brimstones, they're pretty easy to deal with, but it's also easy to sleep on them for that exact same reason. You can kind of forget about them, and then next thing you know, because it deals 1 damage every like 0.2 seconds. I mean, it is really quick. So you do have to be careful. Don't sleep on them. Always picking boons over shops. Almost picking everything over shops, to be honest.
Let's go, lads.
Ow. I have to pause for a second and blow my nose. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna pause for a second and blow my nose, and then we're gonna pick this Ares boon. Alright, sorry about that. Grabbed a couple of Kleenex just in case, but don't worry, I'll cover my mic when I blow my nose. Alright, so, this is actually a good question. Do I want to give him a nectar that guarantees me an Ares boon in the future? Which pairs well with the spear I just unlocked for a reason I'll explain later. But I don't think so. There's a particular build I'm going for first that's going to carry me for a bit of the first half of this game, or the first section anyway, but it requires Artemis, so I think we're gonna save it for that.
Did you happen to know, my king, that you have slain more than 100 foes since you began your quest? You have, for I am keeping count, and I am most impressed.
That is impressive already. Alright, so again, this is the Doom guy. Attack inflicts Doom's pretty good because I'm dash striking all over the place. That one's okay. That one's, you know, eh. Triple damage is a lot, but again, it's only for one attack after you kill something. It's so, like, bad against bosses because it just never... Like, take the Bone Hydra, right? How many foes are you going to kill? 9? So 9 of your attacks do triple damage. I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but like against a boss, you're gonna hit them what, 100 times, and only 9 of those are gonna do so 10%. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with this.
The war is on.
I think it's gonna do a nectar. I think it's gonna do more damage overall. Excuse me. If you think I'm wrong, if you're big into this game already, and you know. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Explain to me why Battle Rage is good. Because I just don't see it.
Heads up. Who doesn't love this stuff?
Centaur heart almost always. Ooh hoo hoo.
Can catch my breath.
Yes, I can. Got a fountain.
That's better.
So darkness or gemstones? That's a very good question. I tend to go with the gemstones just because the reason is when you beat a boss a second time after you've already collected the either Titan's blood or diamond, they're called bounties. When you've collected the bounty, it gets replaced with darkness. So in the long run, it's easier to get darkness because the bosses are going to be guaranteed to drop them after a certain time. So I tend to always go with, if there's 2 resources on the line, I go with the one that's not darkness because we're going to get plenty of that later.
Oh god.
You really think you can get out of here?
So there's another one of the time rooms. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's always 45 seconds. Point is, I'm just going to dash around until the timer runs out because that's how I do this. Ooh. Sometimes I'll get bored and actually start attacking things, especially if I have like a really good build. I know I can just tear through things and I get really confident. See, I'm gonna kill things anyway because of my splash dash, but... Or tidal dash. I think I'm gonna stick to just calling them by their real names. Oh, damn it.
Lived through all of that.
Also be careful, notice I still got hit after the timer rung. But anyway. Oh, and notice I'm also getting 2 health every time I exit a room now, so that's nice. Well, that was pretty sweet. Alright, this build's coming together already. Alright, next up is, excuse me, the boss. Do I want anything here? I can heal myself, get an Ares boon, get a Palm of Power. I can afford both of these, so I might just do that. But before all of that, let me talk to him.
Hey, good to see you out here, mate. Looks as though you've got some fine wares up for sale, don't you?
Notice Charon doesn't talk. That doesn't mean he doesn't have thoughts and feelings. So here's also an interesting debate, right? Is the Palm of Power gives you a random 3 random boons to level up, and you get to pick one. So I've got 3 boons now, so I could guarantee to level up one of these 3 boons, or I could get the Ares boon first and add that one to the pool. Oop, sorry, hit the mic there. But since now that would be 4 boons, it would not be guaranteed to show up, so I'm actually... I'm gonna get this first.
Don't spend it all
And I think I'm gonna level up the Curse of Agony. I'll show you
My
why.
senses.
I'm hoping for... is it here? Aww. So I'm just gonna get this. There is a boon from Ares that says, if... I think I got it once. You can stack Doom, and it does extra damage times the number of times you stack it. And so since my dash strike is hitting twice, it does like 10 extra damage. So let's say my Doom does like, what was it, 140? 105. And then it stacks plus 10 every time I stack it. So since my dash strike hits twice, it'll just automatically, one dash strike is going to do 115 damage with Doom. And then that's not counting any attacks after that that would stack on top of it. That's what I was shooting for. No such luck.
Oh, hello.
And there you are again. Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his domain like this.
I'm sure he'd welcome all this feedback from you, Meg. Or maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities.
Alright. Oh, already in phase 2. I don't have the shield anymore. I'm already to phase 3. Phase 4. And dead.
Got you that time, Meg. Blood of the Titans.
So that's 3 Titans blood that I can't even use yet. But when I can use it, oh, it's gonna be great.
Let's keep going.
Sorry, my nose is running again. Hang on. Alright, there we go. Don't think I want to sell anything. Nope. Oh. Why can't I afford anything? Have I just not gotten any oh, I just spent it all. That's right.
The path from Tartarus is finally laid bare. Far above, the heat from Phlegethon, the river of flame, is faintly felt already, even as its dangers lie in wait.
Lovely.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go up. There. Getting warmer.
I wonder why. Yeah, so.
Dragons.
Oh, great start. Get immediately hit and stand in the lava. These guys like burrow and come up in different places. Shoot little lasers. Excuse me. Hey, an infernal trove. Alright, I'll take it. I don't know what that was about, but... Alright, so what do we get from the trove? Gold. Usually I find it
Might as well.
almost always beneficial to just go ahead and do these. Especially me, like the only danger is taking too much damage to make it worth it. But I'm not trying to brag here. I've played this enough to where I'm not too worried about getting hit too much. I mean, I might get hit a little bit, but like even if I get hit once or twice, it's still gonna be worth the 50 gold I get or however much. Yeah, 51.
Enough, I've better things to do.
Like I took no damage, so it was pretty much free in this case. So
Which way?
if you're still getting hit a lot, if you're not quite as experienced, then you can skip them. The only ones I would not skip are Darkness and Gemstones. You should always do those, especially this early in the game.
Out of my way.
Those lead to permanent upgrades, so whereas gold is only beneficial for this particular escape attempt. It goes away once I die, or I succeed. Fingers crossed.
My reward.
So what am I building around here? Oh, well, Urge to Kill. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, went away. I thought that was Curse of Agony, but it's Urge to Kill, so we'll go with Toggle Dash.
Stronger still.
Ooh, and what's in here? Anything? Nope. Not any resources. I was looking for resources. So now here's a good question. Do I want an Aphrodite boon, or do I want another Poseidon boon? So this gives me abilities for weakness, but the only things left are the special, which I'm not using. Maybe I should be. And the cast, which I never use. And apart from that, what else is there? There's the boon that gives me extra max health. Anyway, this is like, they build on top of each other, so I'm just gonna go with this. Oh yeah, the mini boss room, and this is probably my least favorite one. The Witch's Circle, because, I mean, just look at this. Look how many balls of fury are walking around this room. Rocking around this room is what I meant to say. I'm gonna have to pause again for a second. Here, in a second. See, I took so much damage.
Witchcraft. What can you do?
I have to pause for a second, take care of this stupid nose. I don't know why. It's just running like a faucet. I have to shove this Kleenex up there. Sorry, you didn't need that visual. I certainly hope I'm not coming down with something. I was just coming off of something. Okay. Poseidon, here we go.
This message.
So, yes, that's probably what I'm going to get. I can make my foes do knockback, which is whatever, I don't cast. Or this is like okay, but it makes me stronger for the first 10 seconds. But again, it's that same idea of like, after that 10 seconds, it literally does nothing. So, if you think of a boss, like, boss can take a minute, even 2 minutes. This only does 10 seconds, so it makes you really powerful for a little bit. Anyway, point is, I don't think it's worth it. Whereas this, I mean, you could argue that, like, this is every room, whereas this is just 4 rooms, because there's only 4 bosses, but it's really good against those bosses, and in my position, the bosses are what I'm having the most trouble with. The normal rooms are easy.
The act of sorcery often ends in an untimely death and an eternity in Tartarus for careless souls, though some are able to perfect the trade and take up permanent residence elsewhere.
I'm sure the Witch's Circle will reconvene soon enough.
Oh boy, and we got a story room. That's exciting. Also of note,
She's always singing.
yeah, whatever region you're in, the story room is always the same person.
From within the humble residence in Asphodel reverberates the golden-sounding voice of Lorne Eurydice, who once attempted to escape the underworld and failed utterly, much like Prince Zagreus.
You watch yourself, old man.
So you gotta dash through it? Yeah, she chuckles. Oh, I can gift her a nectar. That's interesting. So, something to note here, too, is you're not guaranteed to get a story room all the time. Notice I haven't seen Sisyphus in a while. So if you want to gift them a nectar, it's good to do it while you can, because who knows how long it'll be until I find them again. And as I learned at the beginning, I gotta do it, or was it the end of the last video? Gotta do it before I talk to him, so I am gonna gift her this because she's gonna give me something that is great.
Eurydice, thank you for making me feel welcome in your pleasant home. Can't say the same for most places I've been lately. I have a small gift I wanted you to have.
Oh, that's awful sweet of you, Your Royal Majesty. Bringing me fresh ingredients like this. Know what? Here's something for you too. Help keep you safe out there.
And thus we get our first keepsake,
So much.
the Evergreen Acorn. Each person has a different one, and they each do different things. And I don't have it equipped right now. I won't be able to do that until I start my next run, but when that happens, I'll explain what the keepsakes do. They just give you a bonus. Oh, I never talked to her.
You must be hungry, hon. Got something out to keep you going.
You can't leave the room until you get the item. And here's the case. Last time I got Ambrosia Delight because I didn't have many boons and there was only one I was trying to get upgraded. This time though, I've got, I think, exactly 4. Warrior Shoals. Oh no, I got 5. Excuse me. So I think I'm gonna go with the Palm Porridge. Get 4 of these upgraded by 1 level.
Try this.
Excuse me. So
Wow,
Tidal
that's
Dash,
good.
Razor Shoals, Urge to Kill, and Wave Pounding. So that's pretty good. So now everything's at level 2, and then Tidal Dash is at level 3, which is good because it's the one I'm using the most. And I'm at low health. Oh, is that stupid Witch's Circle? I hate those.
Gorgons.
And I hate the Gorgons. This is just fantastic. Ah, come on.
Right on cue.
Wow, this is terrible. So Gorgons, they float around. They can shoot rocks at you, and if you get hit by those rocks, guess what? You turn to stone. Get it? The thing I hate about the Gorgons is they're constantly floating away from you. And since they float, they can go over the lava. So you have to chase them down, sometimes into lava. And you notice that one happened to freeze me, petrify me, the minute I got onto the lava. And so now I'm stuck on the lava until I break free, which you do by mashing the dash button. And I was taking damage the whole time. It was nonsense. Oh. Did we pass the store? I must have missed it. Oh, wait. I don't remember.
Delicious.
Yeah, this is the room before the boss. So, ooh, good question. I think you just do that. It's every 0.2 seconds, and it affects bosses. So it deals damage really fast. It's 4 extra damage, but it really builds up pretty quickly.
Remember me?
I'm dealing a lot more damage than I did last time, but I'm also taking a lot more. Oh, that was 3. get good enough, you can do this, right? Where you dash one way and dash the other immediately, dash strike, bam, bam. It's a really good skill to get. Technique, I guess I should say. Ow. Oh. I'm not gonna make it very far this time.
Good, no more heads.
Got another diamond though. Those go to the house contractor for the most part. Or maybe even always. Maybe even always.
You are testing my patience.
Darn, so spoiler, there's a item you can randomly get in the Well of Charon that punishes one use of Death's Defiance, so I was hoping to get that one. But hey, we're back in Elysium. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic there with my hand. And usually, yep, it's like usually right at the beginning of Elysium, you got the option to get your second Daedalus hammer, which I pretty much always do. Oh boy. Every enemy in Elysium just sucks. These guys chase you down quickly, see, look. And they deal a lot of damage. They deal, I think, 19, almost 20. And they usually have a lot of health. Now I'm dealing a lot of damage, so.
Let's see what I can do
What do
with
we
this
got?
sword.
Ooh, that is really good. See, I'm not specialing. I really like the World Splitter. 90 base damage is a lot. It's better if I've got some boons that increase my attack damage. Right now my attack triggers Doom, but it doesn't actually increase the damage itself, so it's not quite that good, but... so I don't know, actually. Yeah, I had like a... Well, I could take this and get a Flourish. You know, a special boon. A boon that affects my special. Because then that would trigger twice, so that would be pretty good. I could do that, but I think I'm just gonna go with this.
Daedalus power.
Ooh.
Whatever, let's try it.
Also, to be honest with you, everybody, I don't think I'm gonna make it much farther. So I'm kinda... don't really care. Yeah, see, look, I just took a bunch of damage. And there it is again. I might not even make it past this one room. Point is, I'm not really caring what I pick, because I don't think I'm gonna make it.
That's quite enough.
Peace and quiet.
Go for health. Excuse me. Down to, well, 29, but I was down to 4 health. I didn't even realize that. Oh!
Got to focus.
I don't think we've talked about this. I'm gonna show you guys, but I don't think I'm gonna survive it. I call this Twin Boon Room, but it's also just a trial of the gods, if you want to be technical.
Gods want me to choose.
So you gotta... Right, whichever one you do not is gonna get... Gonna send several armored enemies at you, and while you're dealing with the armored enemies, there's also a... I don't even know what you want to call it. There's some kind of event going on around you, like... little spots that deal damage will start popping up all over the ground, or a little projectile will appear and start chasing you around the room. And it differs depending on which god it is that's attacking you. And once you get the hang of things, you learn which gods you think are, easy, which gods are very difficult. It is actually perfect because I can explain that I think Poseidon might be the most difficult. So whenever I have a trial of the gods and Poseidon is one of the options, I always pick him because I don't want to have to deal with his shenanigans. That means I'm going to have to deal with Ares' though, but that's okay. His isn't too terrible.
No choice at all, correct?
And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So I guess now we pick Hydraulic Might because I'm not picking these other two.
A disappointing choice, my kin. And there are consequences to such choices every single time.
So yeah, he's kind of pissed.
Ares, forgive me.
So that happens. Little circles show up and go slowly around the room. Ow. And they just radiate. Ow. Radiate damage. Yep, see? If I stand in them. I'm definitely gonna die. All the while I gotta fight these armored splitters. Kind of a nightmare. There it goes. Man, I still haven't made it to the third boss. That's kind of upsetting.
I'm back. Again.
Alright, well, let's talk to everybody.
Shades of the dead mill constantly within the house, complaining of their woes and seeking audience from any who would listen.
I listen.
How he's always asleep.
Oof, a splitter zapped you, didn't she? There's lots of witches in your dad's place, huh? Witchcraft must be pretty dangerous for all those mortals up there. Pretty dangerous for you, too.
I'm aware. I'll dispense some of these gems with the house contractor.
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters. He wants nothing more to do with any of that. I think it's fitting you've inherited their power.
The power that once sealed away the Titans. Maybe it's a power that can break me out of here. Thank you for helping me, Achilles.
So a little bit more Greek mythology, but before the gods, there were the Titans. They ruled over they basically drove the earth to chaos. So some of them were born the gods. The gods realized this chaos and overthrew the Titans in a horrendous war and sealed them away. Alright, you can also talk to Cerberus. I think I've done this already.
How you holding up, boy? Eating well lately? All three mouths full and happy?
Yeah, I've mentioned this.
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively, one after the next, as if to reassure the ever-doubting prince.
And again,
if I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal?
Pet him until you get the trophy, which you will not see trophies pop on my account, but I'll let you know when I get it. And I can also give him a nectar for a keepsake, but excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Can do that for Hades too. Actually, a little bit of a spoiler. Don't give Hades a nectar just yet. He doesn't give you a keepsake for a little while.
Father, what happened to the lounge? The only place for anyone to have a little fun around here, and you seal it shut.
Oh, I had little choice about that, boy. You see, after you fled the first time, Cerberus, why, he was very much upset. Utterly tore the place to shreds. It's now under repair. All thanks to you.
You're really blaming me for not minding the dog while I was out and while you all were here.
I lay the blame entirely upon you, yes. Who else? It's fortunate that Cerberus has calmed himself since then. Come to his senses, I should say. May you yet come to yours.
Alright, what do we got here? Good question. Do I want to save up for this? Let's see here. Because the question is, right, what are the chances I think I'm going to get 19 gemstones in the next run? Because then I'll be able to afford this and get this at the same time. But then I'm also not switching keepsakes yet, so I don't really need that quite now. So I think I'm just going to save up. I love that little eye roll. I don't know if you saw that.
Wonder where Nyx went. What are your sisters up to these days, Meg? I've not seen them around.
We're stretched a little thin, as you can see. Some kind of war up there meant lots of business here. I'm left to hold the line and deal with you.
Fair enough. Ooh.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Gasp. Fulfilled my first prophecy, so I get to claim 3 nectar.
My extended family seems an interesting lot.
And I also unlocked the prophecy of the Eternal Spear. All the Daedalus Hammer upgrades for the spear I just got. Can I get anything here?
Night, protect me.
I can. So bam, now I get 3 health every time I leave a room.
Nyx's strength.
What about over here? Do I got anything?
Hey, something back there for you, pal.
Oh, I don't have 8
Another
keys? No. So spoiler alert, this is my favorite weapon. But anyway, before we do this, let me do this.
For you, mate. Thought you might get a kick out of this.
For me, pal? Awful nice of you, just awful nice. But guess what? I got this for you. Tit for tat, you understand? A deal's a deal.
So I just gave Skelly a nectar. And he gives me
Cheers, mate.
a lucky tooth.
Boyo, next time you make it to the big VIP area upstairs, you watch out for those weapon-wielding gents out there. The eyeball soul thing that pops out when you beat them, you gotta squash those too, or else they'll grab their gear and come right back.
Crush the souls of Elysium's exalted shades to stop them from regenerating over and over. I'll definitely do that next time I'm there.
Oh, are you kidding me? And that one's got the dark thirst. So check it.
New to try.
Got some keepsakes. So here's how these work. You equip them at the beginning of your run. When I unlock the regional keepsake cabinet from the house contractor, I can change my keepsakes between regions. You can only use each keepsake once per escape attempt. So let's say I go with the lucky tooth. Halfway through the run, I switch to the evergreen acorn. If after, let's say, the 3rd boss, I cannot switch back to the lucky tooth. I've already used it once. So you can only use them once per escape attempt. And they all do different things, and they can be leveled up. Lucky Tooth automatically restores up to 50 health when your life total is depleted. Once per escaped attempt. Which what that means is it gives me another Death's Defiance, basically. And again, you gotta clear encounters with that equipped to rank it up. And it'll change usually that green number up there. So I think this one specifically, when you rank it up, it does heals you for 75 and then 100. What about this one? Excuse me. In the final encounter in each underworld region, which we know as the boss, you take 0 damage for the first 3 times foes hit you. So it gives you like a shield for 3 hits, which is great against bosses because it doesn't matter. The shield doesn't care how much damage it takes, it'll just reduce it to 0. So if a boss hits you with a really powerful attack, if you still got your shield up, it just is 0. So Evergreen Acorn is great. And then I think it goes 4, then 5 when you level it up. For the time being, we're going to go with this one until at least it gets ranked up to rank 3. We really want to rank all these up as quickly as possible as well. So basically I'm just going to use one until I hit rank 3, and then I'm going to switch to another one, and then
Might help.
so on and so forth. Can I inspect the weapons yet? No, I cannot. I think you have to unlock all the weapons before you can inspect them further. And I also think, well, tell you what, I haven't done the spear yet.
Pretty nice.
So let's try this. Sorry, I'm just looking. The spin attack makes you so vulnerable. Gotta always kill Skelly. Okay. Got my lucky tooth, so I got effectively 2 Death's Defiances. I get healed more. I need to get 4 more keys. Excuse me. But we're gonna do all of that in the next video. We're gonna test out this spear, see if we can get, well, finally to the 3rd boss would be nice. But until then.